Hi, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your July 28th to August 3rd, 2024 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. It gets this channel seen by more people. So, thank you so very much for doing so. And if you're interested in a private reading, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. It's listed in the description box below, and I look forward to reading for you. So, let's begin this reading by clearing the energy space, raising our own energy vibration, and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, Leo. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly, guide this reading, and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. All right. So let's see here. We are crowned with the hangman. So this is going to be a week where we see things differently. And we can find this a little bit uncomfortable because the hangman, well, it's just an uncomfortable card, right? When you're hanging upside down, it's just uncomfortable. So here it's moving towards our awakening, towards our greater understanding, towards what is really sacredly important to us. But it's also feeling a little bit out of sorts, a little bit like, oh, maybe if I just fit in with everybody else, or I do what everybody else is doing, or wow, this person is so much better than I am. Maybe I should be more like them, right? And this is going to be a time for us where we need to say, no, but this is me. Like, this is who I am. This is what I love. This is what I want. This is how I'm moving forward. And there's going to be such beautiful energy that comes forward with us when we say, this is who I am. I might not fit in. And if you've stumbled across this channel, if you're part of this family, first of all, welcome back and I love you all. And if you've stumbled here, it is so great to have you. But you don't fit in. You're not like everybody else. You've probably struggled with that your whole entire life, where there's a sense of like, it would just be so much easier if I was just like everybody else. And yeah, sure, maybe it would, and maybe it wouldn't, because I'm not sure everybody else is having that great a time. But what if we are just fully, openly, and beautifully who we were created to be, without apology and with absolute love and connection in our heart? That's like the best thing possible. And so the hangman is saying, you see things differently. It's going to make some things uncomfortable. It can be a little bit intense at times, but embrace who you are and let yourself shine. It moves us then to the Six of Wands reverse. We're having a hard time celebrating ourselves. We can be really, upset with ourselves, overwhelmed with ourselves, hard on ourselves during this time. That was a very guttural hard on ourselves, but that's what spirit is saying here. And just being aware of this is going to be very important, where we need to celebrate ourselves, where it'd be so easy for us to say, oh, you did that wrong, Leo, and you did that wrong, Leo, and you did that wrong, Leo. And we're going to be like a parrot or like a broken record. So just being aware of this, we can change the game. We can be like, okay, so maybe I didn't do that right. Or maybe, that didn't go the way I had planned, but I'm still celebrating me. I'm still showing up for me. And it brings us then to the 10 of Pentacles. And this is Camelot, which is like, the best place. These are the Arthurian legend cards. And with the 10 of Pentacles, it's prosperity, it's success, it's generational wealth. So we talk a lot in our world about generational curses, right? I have to break this generational curse. I have this generational curse. I'm living in the shadow of this generational curse. Do we talk about generational blessings? The super, super strong people who raised us, who kept us going, who told us to put one foot in front of the other, or the super, super strong people who helped us out of a really bad situation, out of a really hard place, who showed us how to love ourselves. So here, when the 10 of Pentacles comes, this is money or what you value as much as money coming forward. Prosperity, success, and bounty. This is like, I won. This is, and I win. This is a bountiful, beautiful energy leading us. It leads us then to the King of Wands reversed, and this is us. So we will have a tendency during this week to get in our own way. Be mindful about this. We can have a bit of a temper, and also be mindful about this. We also need to step into our fire and into our passion. We're transforming and we're trying not to, because it's scary to transform. Even if it's going to lead us to the best place possible, it's still scary. It's still overwhelming. It's still, taking us down a path that we're not sure we want to go on. And we're seeing things differently and we're like, oh, wait, but, how can I celebrate me if I don't know where I'm going to end up? And it's like, but nobody knows. This is a wonderful, brilliant, terrifying, overwhelming adventure. And it is the best adventure you'll ever go on. And so here with the King of Wands, understand that, okay, I'm going to get frustrated, right? Sacred masculine energy coming forward. It's like, I want this done. I want that done. I get super laser focused here, super laser focused there. How am I helping myself to transform? How am I helping myself step into my power? How am I helping myself embrace what I want from my life and for my life? That's going to be important here. Just kind of pulling ourselves, reining ourselves back in. We want things to be big. We want things to be bold. We want big things to be grand. And if we can just be happy with the quieter and the smaller, that's going to be really important. It moves us then to the Wheel of Fortune reverse. It's interesting. We now have 2 10s here. So the repeat of the number 10, repeat of transformation, which we are fighting, which we can then see again reiterated in the 10 of Wands, where it's like, okay, you're fighting this energy. Why? This is a new season coming in. This is looking at things differently. And we're like, I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe no. And Spirit's like, why? So the 10 of Wands, not the 10 of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune comes into play. And what we're going to see is that we're going through a transformation, but we're not fully there yet. We're going through a transformative time. We're seeing things differently. We're seeing ourselves differently. That's going to start to open up the door. But we're also going to fight a lot of the transformation, a lot of the knowledge that is leading us forward. It moves us then to the Tower. And the Tower is reversed, just as the 10 of Wands, not 10 of Wands. Why do I keep on saying that? The 10 of Wands, this has to do with the heavy burden you're carrying. That's why I keep on saying this. Because the Wheel of Fortune, is showing us a transformation. It's showing a holding back of this transformation because of a burden that we are carrying that is too heavy for us and we will not let go of. Okay, so just be aware of that. It moves us to the Tower. The Tower reverse is coming out of a Tower time. This could have been from when we were 16 years old. This could be for 16 years, but this Tower time has defined us. It has shaped us. It has moved us in a direction that we were like, oh my gosh, what the heck just happened here? And the Tower is our transformation. It is a Tower time. It blows the top off of things. It has us look at things differently. And it is like, wow, this is more than I ever thought it could be. And then we step into our power and we step into ourselves and we are completely transformed, but it has taken a toll. So just being aware of this during this time is going to be super important. It can also happen on a day that like the 16th of a month. So just be aware of that. But this is going to be a highly transformative, highly intense time that changed the way that we see ourselves, changed the way that we see our world. And it can be a beautiful time. It can be something that everybody else is complimenting us for. Like, oh my gosh, you got married. Oh my gosh, you had a child. Oh my gosh, you're moving to a new city, or you're changing jobs, or you're doing this, or you're doing that. And people are like, oh my gosh, it's so wonderful. And we're so scared. Like, it's so scary. So here, it's coming out of that really intense time. Things have changed. It's hard to see that things have changed. And it moves us then to the 4 of Cups reversed. And the 4 of Cups is God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, has handed us a gift. Are we looking at that gift? No. We are very busy looking at The three cups that have spilt, things that aren't going our way, things that aren't right, things that are frustrating, things that we need to change. It has to be just like this. And Spirit's like, mm-mm, let it go. And so what we're going to find is that this can either be, okay, so this can either be on the fourth month that we had, yeah, that we had something really intense change and we tried to make it fit, right? Because this is getting a curveball. This is getting thrown a curveball that has made us see things so very differently. Now this has to do with the count of four. I'm seeing the fourth month, or it could be, 4 days, 4 weeks, 4 months, 4 years. It could be. But what Spirit is showing here is this powerful, powerful, powerful change that took us in a different direction, but that we're fighting against. And Spirit's like, if you would just walk this way for just a little bit, even though it's super frustrating, it's going to get you to the place that you really want to be and the place that you really need to be, soul and spirit. All right. And that's going to be super important. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Now, if you are interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a butterfly in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and it will be announced at random. So hit that bell notification and make sure that you do, because it will only be announced in a video on this channel. Don't be fooled by anybody else. So let's see here, angels and spirit guides. We have here nourish reversed, and this is plantain. And so with nourish being reversed, we need to nourish ourselves, Leo. And we're kind of going to be doing a poor job of doing that. We need to listen to our body, listen to our soul, listen to ourselves, and nourish us, feed us, take care of ourselves. That is going to be really important. And we're going to be like, no, 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 I'm fine. No, 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 I have to do this. No, I have to do that. No, I need to be doing like here, there, the other thing. I'm not going to be paying attention to me. And Spirit's like, pay attention to yourself, Leo. Nourish you. And then by nourishing ourselves, we nourish everybody around us. It moves us to our chakra energy, angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Ooh, this is balance reversed. This is the root chakra. So we are out of balance with ourselves. Acknowledging that, Spirit said we're out of balance with ourselves, but acknowledging that there's a blockage in the root chakra, tapping our tailbone and our kidneys would be highly beneficial for this, to break up that blockage and just to breathe and to center ourselves. That is going to be so important, because it's going to be so easy to get distracted, to get overwhelmed, to feel pulled here, there. We're dealing with so much change that we're fighting against consciously or subconsciously, that it knocks us out of balance. And we have a hard time celebrating ourselves, even though we're moving towards prosperity, success, bounty, abundance, a real sense of like, oh my gosh, I got this. Like, I got this and I'm winning. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And this is the Nine of Wands. And this is a good card to be mindful of. The Nine of Wands is be mindful of doing everything for everybody else and forgetting about you, feeling like it's one battle after another, after another, after another. And it just needs to stop. It just needs to stop. You're going to feel sore. You're going to hold a lot of your stress in your shoulders. So if you can do shoulder stretches and shoulder exercises, that would be very beneficial. Be very mindful of overusing like your wrists. Like, you're going to be more susceptible, there we go, to wrist injuries, arm injuries, just because there's so much tension. But I also see like just it can be repetitive movements, but there's going to be like putting stress on yourself. So just be mindful about that during this time. I just see it coming through in the joints of the arm. So just being aware of that, that's going to be super important. You're seeing things differently. You have to accept it. It's going to be a time, and I know have to's, they like grate on me. I was like, oh, I don't have to do anything. It's like, well, this Spirit's like, no, you have to accept this. You have to accept that you're seeing things differently and that you're entering into a time of prosperity, but it's going to be in a very different way than you had originally thought. And once we accept this and we see ourselves transforming, then we can start to celebrate ourselves, because it's like, oh, this is the way. This is the path. Like, this is the way I need to walk. This is the path for me. That's going to be so important. And then it's going to make everything else like fall into place. It's like, oh, okay, I accept this change. And then because we accept this energy coming in, we start to accept ourselves as king. We start to accept our power and our authority and our desire and what we want, and move away from a rigidity. We're fighting against an energy here of no, but it has to be this way. And Spirit's like, why? Why? Like, what for? We can also be fighting against somebody else who is very passionate, and our views just they hold conflict with each other. They're not getting on. It's like, oh, no, 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 no. You have to see it my way. No, you have to see it my way. No, you have to come somewhere in the middle. And that's going to be really good. Or you have to part company. It's like, no, or we can just agree to disagree on this. But honoring the hard time that you have been through, honoring that, okay, now I'm rebuilding. Like now I see my life in a completely different way. I see myself in a completely different way. Now I am rebuilding. Now I'm moving forward. Now I'm stronger than I have ever been. But it required, as all rebirths do, pain and intensity. And it was harder than I ever thought it would be. If somebody told me it would be this hard to like live my dream or get to where it is I want to be, or have the success come, I I doubt it. Like I would be like, oh no, maybe I don't want this. And that's what Spirit's saying. Like, maybe we'd be like, oh no, I don't want this. But Spirit's like, no, if you can live through this rebirth, that's why rebirth is shown with fire. Fire is not gentle, right? It's super intense. It's super hard. Fire burns wood. And yet we are represented by wands, which are wood, and we are fire. We consume what we are. So here it is embracing the torch, the fire, the passion that is us without having it consume us. It moves us to our subconscious spirit message. And this is magic. This is Lady's Mantle. We have to see our magic. And we have to see ourselves as connected in this magical world, in this most beautiful way, and in this healing and love and understanding. It moves us to our subconscious chakra energy, which is communication. This is the throat chakra, and this is knowing that we're just communicating. We are just opened to ideas and words and insights and understanding. We're taking everything in. So that can also be a little bit tricky for us because we're communicating on so many different levels. So just being aware of that people be like, hey, how do you know that? And we're like, well, didn't you say it? They'll say, no, no, I didn't. So being aware of this is going to be important. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of. Interesting. It's the Queen of Wands. So we have the King of Wands reversed, which is like being mindful, right? And then we have the Queen of Wands. That's a soulmate connection, true love connection. Okay, there's something here. Now we can be having a fight with a loved one. We can be having a lover's quarrel. We can be just a little bit too fiery, a little bit too intense with things. Just be aware of this during this time. That during this week, we can have a hair trigger and we can burn bright. So be aware of this. But if we harness that energy, we can find that we can focus it. And all of a sudden we can blaze like the sun, right? Like the sun that rules us. So also be very mindful. Look up if there are solar flares during this time. I don't know. There probably are all the time. I'm not really sure about this, but you're going to be greatly impacted by solar flares. So just be mindful about this. And that could be why this is such a spicy time. And it moves us then to our subconscious tarot message, which is the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands. That's what Spirit kept on having me say with the Wheel of Fortune reverse. It's the 10 of Wands. You're carrying a very tremendous burden. You're carrying a heavy weight. That's why Spirit had me say it over and over. You heard it. So here, there is a sense of like, I have to let this go. I have to let this down. I have to release. And that is going to be the most important thing. There's something you're holding on to during this week. It's like, no, I need to hold on to this. No, I need to hold on to this. It's stopping our transformation. You have the 10 of Wands. You have the 10 of Pentacles. That's prosperity on this earthly plane. Leo, that's where we love our prosperity. I mean, first of all, that's where any sign loves their prosperity. But Leo, we really like our prosperity on this earthly plane. And it's like, okay, I got this. I won. I achieved. Like I succeeded. Awesome. So just be aware of that. All right. Oh, also be aware, our cat-like energy is coming up, right? We're a lion, so we're a big cat. But just be mindful that we can think we're making ourselves super clear, and then it's like, well, I gave you my warning sign, and then my claws were out, and we're going to think, well, I told them. So just be aware where somebody's like, well, you went from 0 to 100, like, and I wasn't even prepared. Just be mindful that our cat energy can be coming out just a little bit too intensely. So just be aware of that. It's wonderful, but it's like, yeah, it will make us really good at getting and being focused on what we want to achieve, like really good hunters during this time, but just be mindful that our cat energy is going to come out a little bit intensely. Okay. All right, Leo, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. And please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Leo. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. Love you all. God bless. Bye.